Okay, now let's talk about profits, and specifically about the profit optimization framework that will help you, well, increase the profits of your agency. Because if you are working a lot of hours, you have a lot of money going in and a lot of money going out, but you end up with just bare minimum profits, then is it even worth all the work? I would say no. But if you want to optimize the profitability, then you have the following options. One option that is very often underlooked is just to increase your prices by 10 to 15%. Because you will deliver still the same services and you have to use the same resources to fulfill the service, but you will have 10 to 15% higher revenue, which directly ends up to increase your bottom line, your profits, right? You have just more revenue, but the same cost that results in higher profits. And that's the easiest way to make more money without working more hours. Just increase your prices by 10 to 15%. You can also increase your prices by 30 to, I had clients who increased their prices by over 250% just by adding an additional value to their service. And if you are interested in seeing how you can increase the value for your clients of your service, you can just watch the video about the 3 productized offers framework. That explains it in detail. So increasing your prices is one part. The other part is increasing the efficiency of the service fulfillment. And you can do that with basically 2 things. You can hire cheaper people, but typically cheaper people need better management, so that increases the overhead of management to manage these people. And if these people deliver poor quality services, your clients might be unsatisfied, and that's a risk for your business. If they quit, you didn't get higher profits, you just increased your churn rate, so you lost the client. But if you have a quality standard and a digital leadership system for your team, in other words, if you deployed a self-managing team with all the components that I explained you in the video about self-managing teams, you will have a quality standard, you will have well-defined roles, and you will have a clearly defined process that ensures your team collaborates properly, that you get transparency about work results, and that your team delivers the services very efficiently, right? And high efficiency means only little failures, and that results typically in high profits. So if you have a quality standard, you can also easily delegate the service fulfillment to cheaper freelancers because the knowledge is in your system, right? It doesn't have to be the high-level expert for Facebook management, if that is a service you provide. It can also be an average person who gets trained by your quality standard and who gets managed by your quality standard and who gets the additional knowledge by your quality standard. Right? That means you can hire maybe just one expert who oversees the result of other people that you hire for a cheaper rate. And in total, you will increase the profitability of your service fulfillment by 30 to 50% as you can reduce the cost per deliverable. Okay, and that is one very important metric that you can only leverage or take advantage of if you have this quality standard. Otherwise, if you hire cheap people, you will just get poor results. And the second part is automation. That also only works if you have a quality standard. Well, because if your business is chaos and you are just doing what has the highest priority because this client screams loudest and you are just doing that and your client wants service X and you are selling everything and anything people want from you, well, what do you want to automate? There is nothing to automate because it's just plain chaos and you are just trying to handle the chaos. Right? No automation that I know can do this. But if you have clearly defined offers, so-called productized offers, if you have a quality standard where like how people collaborate and what they need to create to match the expectations of your clients is well defined, then you can automate, for example, creative work with AI. You can automate reports if you have a reporting standard, right? You can also automate communication by like using Slack and having, for example, STANDARDIZE as a tool that sends people a message automatically with a form. They fill the form and now you got a report. Okay, so all these things can be automated if you know exactly what you do. And to know what you do, you need to have a standardized offer. Otherwise, it's again just handling the chaos, and that rarely results in high profits. It most likely results in very inefficient service delivery and service fulfillment, and that eats your costs, it burns your time, it creates high workload, high stress for you and your team, and unsatisfied clients. So standardization is what you need to do prior to automation and proper delegation. But if you have standards and systems in place, you can reduce your cost of service fulfillment by hiring cheaper people and still pay them a good amount of money, right? Because if you hire people in other countries of this world and you pay them 20 to 30 euro per hour, well, that's a good salary for most of these people. And if you grow your team with a high degree of like on-demand resources, freelancers, for example, then you also have another benefit as you increase the efficiency of service fulfillment just by only paying people when you have work. Look at it like this. If you hire a person full-time, let's say a web developer, and this person costs 5,000 euro full cost per month, but you only have a few projects for this person, and there is only, let's say in some months you make 6,000 euro revenue, in other months you just make 2,500 euro revenue. In the end, you make a loss with this person. So it's better to not provide this service because it burns money, okay? You have a full resource deployed to the service, but the utilization is very low. Now you can either increase revenue for this specific service, for web development in this example, but that means you need to master sales. By the way, there is a video about how to build successful lead generation systems that will tell you the success criteria to increase your sales. And that's typically requires some time and some new knowledge, and you need to build another system, right? So utilization of stuff or utilization of resources is a very important component to get transparency of how profitable one deployed resource, one hired employee or freelancer is, right? If people are underutilized, that's a huge cost factor for your business. You might always think, hey, but I need these people, they are good people. Yes, that might happen. And I also had a good team of 43 employees, but in the end, that wasn't profitable and everything depended on me, and our fixed costs have been so high that there was just a minimum profit. So why do all that work, right? In the end, I had to fire some people because I overhired, get back to healthy profits, and then grow from there, but always knowing my utilization per person I hire. Or in other words, the profits I make with the person I hire, right? And that's how you optimize your business for high profits and ensure that you grow with a healthy utilization of your team.